Sam,
All
I'm gonna
right,
beat up your
ladies,
name.
ladies and gentlemen, we are
No.
here to talk about Stranger Things again and what is conformity gate and why potentially conformity gate may be completely ludicrous. But I digress because everybody's talking about it. A lot of people recently have felt the way they felt. Either they felt like this is a beautiful wrap up for this entire show. Some people felt like it was very lukewarm and they wanted, desired a lot more pain and suffering, a lot more deaths, a lot more suffering because of stakes. Some people feel like, whoa, there are a lot of hidden meanings to these characters and inconsistencies that feel like there's something that was missing in the point or the time frame when they were shooting this, in between several different writer strikes and different things happening. Is it possible that the Duffer brothers had more story to tell? Or, dare I say, and what they're speculating, which is conformity gate, is that there is a secret episode or much more to the story that we don't know. What we will be talking about today is that our perspective on it is very different than a lot of other people's. What I will bring up, if you don't know what the conformity gate is some people, I'll show you different pictures to kind of outline what this actually means. Some people go and take this picture right here. Everybody's wearing orange, even though that's not necessarily the school colors. For whatever reason, they looked at it like, oh, wait, they have their hands in this specific way, just like Vecna would. Some people have kind of speculated the same thing about Will, like the way he held his hands and the inconsistencies when he was talking about a specific diner that was a different time frame, and him possibly even being much like what Billy was, and the same exact hands that he was holding his hands. Some people looked at the back like, oh wait, there's a sign back there, but there's nothing on it. Why is this happening? And people have legitimately thought that, wait, is it possible that we're still under Vecna's control, or possibly the kids? More people have actually speculated that possibly Mike. Now, people have gone and even taken this in the way this is lined up and going from X, which is Max, going to X, a lie, that this is all a lie. Again, all this is just me kind of unpacking it for you guys to kind of get an understanding of why people are looking at it. Some people have even looked at, like, okay, how is it not possible that these kids, much like Will, when the mind flare was in pain, when Henry was in pain, why wasn't Will and the kids and Max mortally possibly wounded? Because traces of the mind flare are in them. That cannot be possible. There had to have been stakes there. And so from people's perception is that, wait, we're still in possibly Henry slash Vecna is controlling people's perception of what's really happening because it's on a global scale or something like that. Then some people have said that the way that Mike's hairs look, like, why would Mike resort down to looking like his dad? Or why is his hair looking like that? Or he's just, this whole entire season, for some reason, Mike, from you guys' perspective, has just not been himself. He's the only one from the beginning that has not been directly affected mentally by Vecna outside of everybody else. How is that even possible?
That's
So a
not
lot,
true.
again, just going over it, just going over all of it. Um, and then the last but not least of all this is that there's just this possible realization that there are gaps missing, and it's intentional. And there's this possibility that there's more to this story than meets the eye. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all my personal perspective, and I'm gonna bring everybody else into this insane, not to say charade, but it's insane situation. I personally feel like a lot of people don't want to have actual closure for these characters. I think that a lot of people looked at it and assessed that, oh wait, like, we should have had more stakes, people should have died. And I think the problem that I had more than anything with people's perspective on this, if there even was gonna be another episode, why would they take so much care in the epilogue to wrap these characters up in such a meaningful way? Like, if it ends up being that there's another episode tomorrow, January 7th, which is tomorrow, it would diminish and lessen the impact of the emotional resonance of the last scenes when they're putting their books up. In no way, shape, or form does that make sense from a written perspective. Even if you had issues with the season, even if you had issues with the finale, the way that it all wrapped up, everyone can agree that it was beautiful symmetry and it works itself out perfectly. Now, I think that a lot of people had issue that why would Nancy go and dress and look just like her mom? Why would Mike go and look just like his dad? They're conforming. No, they're freaking getting older, dog. Like Mike, he may have needed glasses. He may have always needed glasses, and it just happened to be. And I think the truth of the matter is people want to dramatify and entertain so much that they don't want to live in any semblance of reality. Most people, after going through true trauma, if they don't fall and sink in a very negative spin, which I'm not going to go down that route, to make it past, there are instances where they are able to let go of childish ways. Like, okay, it's okay to be a journalist and not a Navy SEAL, right? It's okay to let go as opposed to being Mike becoming a sheriff like Hop and going the route that Hop went down. It's okay that Hop was able to truly let go because he's gone through this with his own daughter. And so I think that people's perspective is like, oh, Hop would never let go that easily, or why would Mike go down this route? Like, it just is natural. These characters are trying to push forward. And that's one of the reasons why I love the finale, is because there was a path forward where I never saw a path forward for any of these characters. And the idea of it being something more or in between is enticing from an entertainment standpoint, but it diminishes the whole point of the series. The series has not been about how many people can die and the crux behind it. It's been about how can you overcome a trauma to meet a specific destination. And these characters, albeit not everybody feels like, okay, this is where I'm going to start, this is where I'm going to end. It doesn't happen like that. The hope that you have is that you're not ending up in a destination alone. And none of them did. Is it dramatified? It's not real. Of course, these aren't realistic situations because it's not a real story. Do I agree with the theory about should Will have been affected physically once Henry was with the mind flare? Because there were times where absolutely Henry was getting hurt by it, but it may be that he mastered it. Do I feel like, yeah, there were traces of the mind flare in these kids? Should they have been affected by it? Are they still affected by it? I don't know. That is something that they chose to leave open-ended. Do I think that's a drop? Possibly. But outside of that, like the idea of it being something more after this, I think it's just people are gaslighting a situation because they wanted something different. And that's, you're right, but don't push an agenda. I think that's the thing. Like if they do it, fine. I'll see how they do it. But I think it would hurt the way that it ended for the whole show if they did do that. And now I'm off my rant. I'm letting the reinforcements come in.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say, bro. This is the I wanna straight up say this is the biggest crack of shit that I feel like we've witnessed in a while. Like it's one thing to not like how a show ended and to be in denial, but this is crazy, bro. Like, bro, I don't know, man. You got USA Today posting about this shit. Like, what are we doing, bro? Like, and call me fucking stupid if it ends up actually being a thing. I mean, I don't
Okay,
know.
let's go that route. Say it does. Say whatever happened in the finale is Vecna tainting everybody's mind, and he's gotten into Mike or whatever, and then all of a sudden people start dying off. Will you feel like that diminished the whole point of seeing this thing in the movie theaters? Or will you be like, oh wow, there's more to it? How would you feel?
I'm not trying to even. I don't even know, man. I don't know. This is fucking crazy.
It is. I'm just asking because.
Ugh.
You realize it's the same thing, right? Like that happens anytime these fandoms go hog wild. It's just wider spread because of things like, TikTok, everybody having a soapbox. And let's be honest, basic news media, as much as they don't like it, they're dying. They're dying, and now their lifelines are like, my mother married Bigfoot. It's those shock values. Those what?
And I'm gonna be honest, bro. If it ends up being a thing, we're all gonna eat our words, and this is gonna be the funniest fucking video ever. But I mean, like where I'm at right now, it just seems like a bunch of people trying to hold on to something that's gone already. And like as much as I would love to see more, I mean, I'm content with what we got. I mean, I saw it in the theaters. It was a fun experience. I've been watching this show since it came out. I mean, I love it, But I mean, at the end of the day, you gotta let that shit go, bro.
Okay, but what kind of more would you really see if Vecna is still alive?
Unless they pull it like a whole
like it's done for. It means that the planets did in fact collide. Everyone's technically in their own variant of hell. Vecna's ruling with the mind flare. No one's free. 11's dead. Her sister's sacrifice was for nothing. Pop didn't do the one thing that he wanted to do, which was protect his daughter. Joyce is going to be in mortal peril because Vecna saw her in her mind beheading him. Any of these nice tie-ups, all gone forever. Poof.
Yeah, that's my whole point. If there's another episode and Vecna is alive, and y'all are like, I think the thing about it, the idea of it being more and the excitement of finding something interesting, people haven't looked at what is the path forward. What would it be about? What would be the episode actually be about? Because in my mind, if Vecna is there and he is mentally warping these people, the kids are going to absolutely die. Will is definitely going to die. Not sure if 11's alive. Mike's probably going to die. Steve's definitely going to die. Like, it's kind of like, I don't know what you...
going to die.
They're not going to make it. They're not going to make it, dog. And I think that's my thing. It's like, do you want that? Is that what y'all are wanting? I want somebody to, even if y'all seeing this right now, let me know in the comments right now. What is the path forward if there is another episode tomorrow? What would you guys want? And again, I'm saying this as a person that is a fan.
Think about it like this. Say we do get the next episode. What happens to, and we're going to go with this from the standpoint of mortals and magic. These are mortals. There's nothing left in their tanks. Karen's lucky to be alive. Holly's scarred for life. Derek won't make it if a Demogorgon chases him, if we're being completely honest. Will, we don't even know if Will still has what power of Vecna's he had left because Vecna is gone. These guys are so far removed from this at this point that anybody who was actually interested in having magic powers would have tested to see if they still had these magic powers. They just want lives. They want lives. They didn't start this because they wanted to. They wanted to play D&D. They wanted to hang with their friends. Mike, I guess at one point, wanted to fall in love when he met the right girl. Like,
I think my thing, and this is the last thing I'll say, I will admit, hearing some of the interviews from the Duffer Brothers, their explanations for a lot of different things do sound shaky. And there are things that they leave the door wide open, but they've always said that they wanted to model it like after Steven Spielberg's E.T., specifically with Elle and the way they kind of treat Elle. They wanted to leave certain things and key things that you would only hone in to see. Like we were just talking about, like the actual city that Stranger Things built off of, that Hop brought up. Montauk. But they said in the interview that they didn't want people to jump on the idea that was what gonna be the the spinoff series. But they brought it in the actual show. And I think that the one thing that I felt like was a really bad idea to talk about from a press standpoint was when somebody asked, well, where the hell were the that was my critique. Where were the Demigorgons? Where were the Demi-Dogs? Keaton came up with a great logical explanation that the only way that they could be able to manifest a fully realized mind flare is all that flesh would have to be combined in it. In the interview, they said something along the lines that Vecna became complacent. He didn't think about it. And that was their verbiage in the interview. And I was like, in no way, shape, or form, from a PR standpoint, would I ever say that. That doesn't even make any sense. If you said something like that, I was actually starting to believe like, maybe there is something going on here, because why would they say that? And there was other interviews that were kind of like that led me down this rabbit hole that is Conformity Gate. But nonetheless, I want you guys to let us know what is it, the ending that you guys think you will get. Not likely it's going to happen. There is going to be a spinoff series. There's on January 12th. And I think that's the thing I think that's what it was actually about. We're going to be getting a full documentary, I think 2 hours or maybe an hour long, going through Stranger Things. That's going to be on January the 12th. I think that's what it was all about. And I think that's what the missing link was. And we got an official release for it. It's called like One Last Adventure. And I think that's it. I don't think that there's going to be anything outside of that. And you know what? I'm down for that, because some of the behind the scenes features that I actually did see, specifically like with Sadie and Caleb talking about their specific scene when, God, what is her name? I always forget her name. What is her name? Robin. The actress playing the role of Robin, she broke down in tears just based on their chemistry and how they lit it up. Like those kind of things, I cannot wait to see. I would love to see those things. But I don't think we're going to get anything outside of that, guys. But we just wanted to go and talk about it because it's here. I appreciate Bizzy and Siren for joining me to do this. They did not want to get here. They took very high risks joining me and talking about that. But I do appreciate them kind of bringing it like that, because at the end of the day, we are here to report. We will be actually having a weekly thing called The Rant. Bizzy doesn't know about it. Siren did know about it. We also going to have some other segments that are coming up really soon that I hopefully have both of these amazing people on that are going to be weekly basis as well. But we'll do stuff like this later on as well. So let us know what you thought about the idea of Conformity Gate. Is it real? Is it not? Is it stupid? You got our perspective on it. But Sarah, where can everybody find your content?
Hello, dear ghouls. As always, you can find me on TikTok, but you will find me more on YouTube because I am a part of Team JVS. However, you'll also be able to find me on audiobooks sooner rather than later. So stay tuned.
Oh, snap. Last but not least, Bizzy, where can everybody find you, man?
Over here and on my channel.
Yeah, Bizzy.
All right, you guys, we're gonna go. Until next time, thank you guys so much. I really want to put that Stranger Things outro, but nobody likes it, so I'm not gonna put the outro this time. Everybody just hates on my outro, so I'm not
What are
gonna
you talking about? The outro is great. Do it up.
Yes, let's go.
When I fall in love, look what it made me become. I let you get too close, just to wake up alone. And I know you think you can run, scared to believe